is Ian Chapelis, and this is Wise World of Sportus. This week we will preview the Greek Olympic Games, live from Mount Olympus, with our on-the-spot reporters, Raylene Boylikis and Jana Vedas, who will preview some of today's highlights. But first, the lowdown on the events of the Olympic Games. At Olympia, the chariot race, the Olympic horse race followed this. The second day is devoted to the pentathlon held in the stadium. The third day was occupied with various religious rites. In the afternoon, the boys' events took place, that is, the 200 metres, the wrestling and the boxing, 800 metres, all held in the stadium. In the afternoon, the body contact sports took place, wrestling, boxing and the pancration. Today we're fortunate enough to have a guest appearance who is
the history and religion of the Greek games. Well, in ancient Greece, sport is an important part of a man's life and an integral part of his education. Education to the Greeks is the cultivation of the whole man and cannot be divided into physical or mental education. The mind cannot exist without the body, and the body has no meaning without the mind. The supreme expression of sport in ancient Greece, as we know, is the Olympic Games. The year of the first Olympiad, in 776 BC, is the first actually attested date in Greek history, and is the starting point of the list of Olympic victors. The first historic personalities that we know of with any certainty were the athletes who won victories at these games. Thus, Greek history is eternally linked with the history of sport. However, because Greek history goes back to the gods and mythical times, they are associated to the origins of the games, especially the Olympics. Pelops, the victor of the first chariot race, is the sacred hero of Olympia, and the stadium is...
Gods would have given the games a sacred character, wouldn't they?
Yeah, well that's right, Ian. The games have always had a sacred character, and bringing man into contact with the gods. The spirit of competition acquired a spiritual and religious depth that raised it far above the level of any of the other games the Greeks have played. It is clear that the sporting ideal, particularly at Olympia, presupposed an awareness of the value of man, a belief in his freedom and his merit, and a consciousness of his responsibilities, and finally, an acceptance of his democratic right to participate in public affairs. Social discipline and obedience to the laws is an obligation which every man must oblige. The law bounds gods and men, and rulers and ruled alike. Man is a visible image of the gods. Thus, physical perfection is a means of approximation to the gods, and physical strength is an expression of this approximation.
That would have made the Olympics pretty outstanding.
Yeah, well that's the thing we're trying to achieve, because the Olympics are special and constitute the highest expression of the sporting spirit at a gathering of all the Greeks, which is meant to be an assembly of all the men from all over the known world. The people become forgetful of the cares of daily life, their human weaknesses, and they suspend all hostilities into a state of divine well-being. In the heavenly setting of Olympia, men can rediscover their ideals. Peace reigns throughout the world, and all are free and equal. That is, the powerful and the wealthy are in no way different from the normal citizen. Careful, Mary. Only the Hellenarchi, or umpires, had stone seats, and everyone else sat on the stadium embankment. The athletes compete for victory and the crown of wild olive. However, their real aspiration is for fame and the respect of all Greeks. Musical contests.
I thought the athletes competed naked, don't they?
In BC, when a runner lost his garments and ran naked, all the other competitors decided this was a pretty good idea and they all decided to follow suit. And then the practice, as we know today, has become standard. The games in Greece have been closely connected with religious ceremonies from early times and form a part of the worship of the gods. However, they never lost their early function within the sphere of religious custom. Thanks. The games were associated with rural religious festivals connected with the fertility of the earth, because the ancients believed that life and death stood in a relationship with each other. Another indication of this is the sacred wild olive that we use to crown our Olympic victors.
Well, thank you, Aristotle. Thank you for that. We will now have a report from Jackie Mackett, who filed a report at Olympia 1 month.
Olympia is only 1 month before the games to be held, and all the competitors are doing their last of 10 months training. Over this time, the judges will watch all the competitors very carefully and assess whether they consider all these athletes to be able to give a performance worthy of the history of the Olympic Games. It's interesting to look back at the earlier games. The athletes then didn't do special exercises, but simply played games to get themselves fit. They didn't have the amenities such as gymnasiums available for them to train in. Today the athletes accumulated experience and knowledge, as they did not have the special trainers to help them. In Olympia this year we have 3 superb gymnasiums, each complete with a training room with punching bags and other equipment, plus bars, steam rooms and grounds. It is important to realise that each competitor on this is given to them by trainers, and also that we are to see much more specialisation this year than we have in the previous games 4 years ago. Coming back to today though, all the athletes have now sworn to Zeus that they have already been training during the previous 9 months, with their hardest training coming up in the next month. Let us all wish them luck and hope that we will be able to broadcast to you the best Olympic Games ever. This is Jackie Mackus reporting for Channel 9.
On the spot reporters Jana Ventus and Raylene Borlicus.
Okay, you're on. Oh, yes, thanks Ian. I'm Jana Ventus.
And I'm Raylene Borlicus.
Down at the Olympian Stadium. Well, in previous games there has only been one event, the foot race, which was the length of the stadium. But that has increased to today in 520 BC, where we have many events ranging from the javelin to the marathon.
It devastated me.
I would love to.
Games see usually a lot of religious.
He has trouble sleeping.
Andrew seems to want to come out of his bed at least 4 or 5.
Exhausting than grinding corn in the hand mill. And so I think on that note we might go down and have a nice cold beer.
Yeah. This is Jana Ventus, and now back to you, Ian.
Alright, thanks Jana and Raylene for that rundown. We have a couple of minutes before the events start, so we'll have a look at when the events came in. Here's the order of the new contest. In the 14th Olympiad, that's 724 BC, we had the double course race, and for any of those foreign audience we have the pronunciation here. In the 15th Olympiad we had the long course race took place, and that was in 720 BC. In 708 BC, which was the 18th Olympiad, we had the pentathlon and the wrestling. Following this, in 1688 BC, we had the boxing taking place. In the 25th Olympiad, we had the 4-horse chariot race, which would have been a beauty. In the 23rd Olympiad, we had the horse racing and the pancratium, which was a combination of boxing and wrestling. And in the 37th Olympiad, we had the boys' foot race and the wrestling, which was the first time it took place. In the 38th Olympiad, we had boys' pentathlon. Right, the 41st Olympiad in 616 BC was the boys' boxing. In 520 BC, there was the racing in armour, which was the 65th Olympiad. In the 70th Olympiad in 500 BC was the race for the chariots drawn by 2 mules, and there's the Greek name for it. And that was also in the 84th Olympiad. In the 93rd Olympiad there was the 2-horse chariot race, and in 309 96 BC were competitions for trumpeters and heralds, whatever that means. In the 99th Olympics, there was what the hell is that?
The Tetrappion.
The Tetrappion for the foals. In the 128th Olympiad, there was what's that one?
The Sonorous. I think we'll check it for you though.
Right, the Sonorous for the foals.
Yeah, that's it.
Right, great. And in the 131st Olympiad, which was 256 BC, there was the foals race.
How many horses?
Yeah, I think it would, yes. I think it would, yeah. Okay, and there's a lot of them here. Okay, it was after the trumpeters. In the 145th Olympiad, which was 200 BC, we had the boys' pancration, which we mentioned before. And that's all we have. Okay, we have a... Alright, I think we're ready to cross to the stadium. So after this commercial break from your local station, we will cross live to the events of today.